It would have a completely different tone to it.
Right.
But when you look at the word submission and you break it down, all it really means is to get beneath the mission.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Well, what if it moves the mission forward for her to be in front in this particular area?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So our last two is scriptures that we're going to reference today is submission, Ephesians 5:21, submitting to one another out of reference for Christ.
Absolutely.
You talking about that S word again?
That's the S word.
Now we cussing.
Now we cussing for real.
So let's put some meat on this. That's Adam.
Yeah, Adam, tell the men to submit.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Honestly, Lord have mercy, I swear. Again, I think we have this false, erroneous notion of what submission is. That is this as if we're going into a state of slavery where I give up my mind and I give up my will and I allow you to dominate me.
Right.
That's not submission.
Right.
That's not submission.
Right.
Submission is the ability to be able to, okay, say, you know what? My idea might not necessarily be the best idea because I'm only seeing it from my perspective.
Right.
But if I allow you to have input on it, and if I allow you to have input on it, then we come up with an idea that we all can benefit from.
Right.
That basically is what submission is all about. That as a husband, that I am yes, I'm the leader, I'm the head of the home, but I'm also submitted. Okay, first of all, I'm submitted to God, who is my boss.
Sure.
Okay, fire me at any point in time. You know what I'm saying? But then I'm also submitted to my wife as well. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't. So that means that I got somebody who has my back.
Right.
Just like if she submits to me, she has somebody who has her back.
Absolutely.
You know, the way I see it too is you see people, it is an opportunity to grow one another.
Yeah.
And I may have the right answer and the right vision, but it is this particular project or situation, I might need to let her lead in this situation so that she could grow in areas that she may have been deficient in. And I can help her along the way. That doesn't happen if I have to be dominant or I view my submission to her as I'm a subordinate.
Right.
You know, and it may very well just be that she's better at me than something.
Come on, can we just say that?
Imagine that.
Right.
Imagine that.
9 out of 10.
She could be better at me than something. You know, the problem with the word submission, like you said a moment ago, is our definition of the word.
Yeah.
If we took the word submission and we changed it to yield or compromise or negotiate, then it would have a completely different tone to it.
Right.
But when you look at the word submission and you break it down, all it really means is to get beneath the mission.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Well, what if it moves the mission forward for her to be in front in this particular area?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Will you then get beneath the mission
Right.
and let her be in front
Wow.
to move the mission forward?
Wow.
Or will you say, no, I'm still in charge, I'm still in front, and I'll crash the boat
Wow.
rather than let you drive it?
Wow.
Which is what happens every day.
Which is what happens. And so, you know, I think that if we change the word from submission to compromise or negotiate or whatever, or yield, it might change the tone of it, but it doesn't change the act of it.
Right.
The act is still the same. And we all submit to one another all the time.
Yeah, we do.
That's just the reality of marriage.
Right, yeah.
There are times when things are going to go the way I want them to go. There are times when things are going to go the way my wife wants them to go. And that's just going to be that. And imagine what a marriage would be like if only one person in the marriage submitted.
Right.
Wow.
How frustrating would that person be to never get to see things done their way?
Wow.
Right.
That is.
Do you think they're going to stay there?
No. Ticking time bomb if they do.
They're a ticking time bomb.
Yeah.
They're dying on the inside.
Yeah.
They're frustrated. They're miserable. They're unhappy. They're unsatisfied.
Yeah.
They have visions and thoughts and ideas in their head that they will never see the fruition of.
Right. Right.
If we say only the wife submits to the husband.
Right.
But anytime we actually in a real situation with our wives and we say, well, I'm going to go do this. And your wife say, no, don't do that. You should do this. And you say, yeah, baby, you're right. I'm going to do that. Guess what you just did?
Submitted.
You just submitted.
That's right. You did.
Yeah.
You just submitted.
Yeah.
You don't want to call it that, but that's what it is.
That's what it is.
Question.
Facebook viewer says, sometimes a woman has to take charge because the house is on fire while he stands there watching what you're going to do. Any feedback on that?
Proverbs, what's that? Proverbs 31, and he talks about how her children will arise and call her blessed.
Yeah.
That's her industrious nature. That doesn't necessarily, in my opinion, deserve any extra stars. If a woman takes charge in her household and gets things in order with still respecting her husband, I don't see anything wrong with that. That's that equal value.
Well, right. That's the that's the equalizer.
Right.
That's the equalizer.
Right.
So her level of leadership may be up a little bit higher
Than his
in
is.
this particular area. Well, hang on. I think I know where we're going, but give me just a quick second. Okay. I think that her level of leadership in this particular area may be a little bit higher. His may be a little bit lower in this particular area, and that's not a bad thing. Now, I do understand that there may also be occasions where the husband is like Adam. Adam was with Eve when she ate the fruit.
Right.
But the Bible says that the woman did eat and then gave also to the man with her. Right. And that's an issue that we have. So it sounds like, and I'm just listening to the question, it sounds like the tenor of the question is like you said, the house is on fire and he's standing there, not doing anything.
Right.
Well, let me say a couple of things with that. First of all, you married him.
Well, you did. That was your choice.
First of all, you married him.
You didn't get our list in the last
Right.
section. You should have got our list.
But then the other side of it still doesn't negate the fact that there is a need for leadership here. So I'm not saying that she's wrong for taking the position of leadership because nature abhors a vacuum.
Right.
And if there is no leadership in this situation and we need some, he's there, she's there, he's not going to step up. Well, guess what? She is. And that's fine. That's what it is. You're doing what you have to do to save the family.
Exactly.
I do think that he needs to work on and develop his presence in the time, his presence in the moment, his ability to lead and take care of and protect and provide for his family as he ought to.
Right.
One thing doesn't necessarily negate the other, though. So I'm not saying she's wrong for leadership. As a matter of fact, I'm saying the fact that there is a vacuum of leadership is why she's doing it.
Yeah. You know what? I'll just real quick. I will just ask this question, Pastor John.
Would
she be willing to allow him the time to develop that level of leadership that's necessary for him to be the head of the home? Because I think a lot of times, I'm probably gonna get in trouble for this. A lot of times, wives aren't as patient as they should be with husbands to allow them to develop to be the leader that they want them to be.
Right.
You know.
I have a question too. Is the situation where the wife consistently, what's the word, usurps the husband when he tries to lead in other things? And I'm not saying it negates his responsibility, but if there's a situation or climate where he has tried to lead and is always undermined by her actions, then when you want him to lead, he's not capable, or he may be capable but is not willing because you stepped on every bit of his leadership examples before in the past.
Beat him down.
Yeah.
May have beat him down. Right, and we're guessing at all of that.
Yeah, we're guessing.
We don't know what any of that really looks like. Right, they know, but we don't really know what any of that looks like. But like I said, at the end of the day, I understand that nature abhors a vacuum.
Yeah.
And if she steps in, she steps in. But like to your question, now let's suppose he's ready to develop, he's ready to grow. Are you ready to give up that leadership position for him to take it?
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's Pastor John here. Please, if you like this video that you just saw, hit that like button for us. Second thing I want to ask you to do is to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We're putting out videos once a day at about 5:30 p.m. Hit that bell notification so that you'll know when a new video has been uploaded. And then the final thing to do, share this video, share this information. If you know somebody that has a need that it can be benefited by it, please put it out in circulation so that we can try to help as many people as possible. Thanks, and God bless.